Welcome to another edition of the Chris Rocket Podcast. I, of course, is Chris Rocket, or am Chris Rocket if you're grammatically elite. Crazy week this past week or past 6 or 7 days. The NFL, the NBA season started. Opening night. I was disappointed in a couple ways. We'll get to that. A few things that went on. The injury, the Gordon Hayward, really gruesome injury, and they're calling it a fractured ankle. And we'll get into it a little bit, but you got the baseball playoffs going. I'll touch on that a little bit. Check the posts on, whatever else is going on. Aaron Rodgers was injured, and I'm gonna give a couple points about the Ezekiel Elliott situation as well. Not really gonna dwell much on that, but just a little information that has been passed along since the last episode, and whatever else I can think of right off the top of my head, because I don't write this shit down. But let me get the Zeke thing out the way. All right, so the Ezekiel Elliott situation, the judge has granted the temporary restraining order. It's only good for 14 days. So at least right now he will be able to play against San Francisco. I did see that the presiding judge is on vacation, and a lot of people are laughing about that, especially fans of rivals. Yes, Roy, I'm talking about you. And of course, I don't knock him for saying that, because he's a rival. He doesn't like the Cowboys. He's free to say whatever he likes. Of course, for me as a Cowboys fan, I'm just thinking, like, why the hell would you put that out? Like, why would you put that out that the judge is on vacation? Now, it looks like, we pulling strings or whatever. Because if it was me, if I was Roy, I'd be saying the same shit. Like, man, the judge is on vacation, really? Y'all really don't like the Cowboys like that, huh? So I get it. But and this is something I keep saying this, man. It's gonna fuck around, and he's gonna lose. He's going to miss the final 6 games where we really need it. Like, if I'm the Cowboys, man, this game against the 49ers, which is like on paper the more inferior team, whether Zeke plays or not, Alfred Morris need to get at least 10 carries. I would give Alfred Morris 10 carries. I would activate Darren McFadden, give him about 4 or 5 carries, man, because you don't know how this shit gonna go. Yes, you believe that your player is innocent and all of that, but you got to think worst case scenario, man. And I don't want to go into the home stretch, right there on the bubble of the playoffs, because we definitely not winning the division. And this is me being real and reasonable, because Philly looks good, and if they're thinking about trading for Martavis Bryant, like I'm hearing, then we really need to stay like really close. And then you got the Redskins right there, who are 3-2 and ain't even played their best game yet. So we really need to implement a little bit more Alfred Morris, because I feel like a guy that wants to get paid plays hard. This is Alfred Morris' second year of a $3.5 million deal. He wants to get paid, and there are teams out there that will love his services. Giants being one of them. Maybe the Redskins take him back. I don't know. You got the Jets out there. Come over for 5 or 6 minutes. There are many teams out there that want his services, man. So he's gonna run hard. Give him a few carries, man, because I don't want no surprises. The beginning of the season, I called 9-7. We knocking on the door at 7-9, man. And that's so the Zeke temporary restraining order is for 14 days. I know for sure he's going to play against the 49ers. That's what I know right now. To the unfortunate injury with Aaron Rodgers. When it first happened, I was excited. I was jumping up and down like, yeah, what y'all got to say now, man? Y'all laughing at us when Romo got hurt all these years and all that shit. Now let's see what the Packers really made of. And then, I kind of thought that because I didn't see the injury right away. I was looking on Twitter because I was coming in from the store. I was looking on Twitter and, saw that Rodgers was out the game. Came in. Went straight to, the game was already on, so it was just all about just watching and just finding out what happened. I saw the tackle and I'm thinking, following the show. Well, you know what? I take that back because I had, Troy Aikman, Tony Romo. You see a hit like that where the defender hits him from the side and rides him all the way down. He falls on that shoulder. You automatically think collarbone. You automatically think clavicle. But the way he walked off from the video, I'm thinking he's like, yeah, fuck you. You think you got me? Yeah, fuck you. Shit, he probably already knew right off the bat. And it sucks. And once I heard that it could possibly be a broken collarbone, I had pumped my brakes, man, because yeah, you want to, ride for your team, and, every other team is pretty much like, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to, you want to see everybody at full strength. They're not in our division. We played them already. There's some bad history with us with the Dez Bryant catch and the fact that they knocked us out the playoffs last year. But, guys like Aaron Rodgers, guys that really make the NFL fun, and the way they do things in Green Bay with, how they develop players and, how, classy the organization is, the continuity with, you go from Mike Holmgren to Mike McCarthy. I was a big fan of Mike Holmgren. I like the way he coached. I like everything about him. Back when they had Dorsey Levens and Antonio Freeman, Robert Brooks. The way they did things, the way they got players, they didn't get the sexy players. They didn't get, it wasn't, people really didn't want to come to Green Bay like that, man. But they made it to where it was, it was a good destination. Julius Peppers, Charles Woodson. They get good names. They also develop good players, man. And, when you see an injury like that to Aaron Rodgers, man, you just kind of just look back like, man, shit, I hope he all right. They're saying he might miss the season. If I were them, man, just, I guess with a shoulder injury, and that was his throwing arm. So, I mean, if they make the playoffs, that's an outside chance, especially with it being done at this point of the season. I say week 16, 17, it's like, reaching a little bit, but with Aaron Rodgers, man, there's always a chance, and he's a smart guy. He doesn't take risks. The way their receivers are set up, they could probably weather that storm without him, because I think Brett Hundley, if they cater that offense to him, because he can run. He runs just as fast as Marcus Mariota to me. If he plays, he manages the game a little bit. I guess the only problem with that team is that they do not run the ball consistently. I think that's the only reason why people are kind of halfway panicking right now. But the guy's smart. He's been in that system 3 years. I guess this is his third year. And they're not looking elsewhere. No, they're not. Kaepernick, for the record, Kaepernick will not be good for this team. Let's just put that to bed. Tennessee, yes, because Mariota is a similar quarterback. Kaepernick would not be good for this team. Not because of what the attention he brings, but the type of quarterback he is. Yes, Aaron Rodgers, he's mobile. He can run around in the pocket. But with the type of receivers that run precise routes, they don't have that prototypical jump ball receiver like they did in San Francisco. Michael Crabtree, he can go get it. I think at that time, Randy Moss was there. I think Anquan Bolden was briefly there. They don't have guys like that. They run precise routes. You got to throw that slant route the right way. You got to throw that out route the right way. And Kaepernick has a strong arm, and he's just going to run it. That offense isn't catered to him. You know what I'm saying? So Kaepernick will not be good for the team. So let's just put that to bed. But Aaron Rodgers broken collarbone, possibly out for the season. I hope that he's not, because I like the guy. The Gordon Hayward injury, I didn't see it live. Nisha posted this on the book, and it showed he had just landed on the ground, and he kind of turned his body, like try to get away from the play, because the play was still going. And I think Dwayne Wade was going for a rebound, and then everybody just stopped and somebody made a layup or whatever. And then as the ball was being taken out, everybody just kind of stopped, and you could look on the faces of Tristan Thompson and LeBron and Derrick Rose and Wade. They saw it, and then you could see the Cleveland bench, looking away at how gruesome the injury was. Now Gordon, like Aaron Rodgers, to me, like, he's a good guy. But, for guys like Gordon Hayward, man, who, you look at the way the journey to the league, not the most athletic, went to a small school, compared to like Duke or whatever. He went to Butler, a huge underdog in the tournament that year, almost beat Duke. His shot clanged off the front of the rim, like 1 inch higher. They would have beat Duke that year. And you look at this guy. He come in the league, progressed every year, got better, got paid. Now he's reunited with his college coach. First year, this was going to be, the year for Gordon Hayward, and then this sort of thing happens, man. You just kind of feel bad for the guy. And especially a play like this, and I think Charles Barkley made a good point. Like he said, this is a play that is done thousands of times, and this time, he gets hurt. Like, we've seen this play like a million times as fans, and players they probably do this play once or twice a game, going up for the shot. And then the defender comes in and blocks it or pins it on your hand, and then you kind of fall back or bend awkward, and you either fall on your butt or you catch your balance and you go by your business. But that just goes to show you, the game of sports, man, it's crazy. It could all be gone in one play. They're calling it a fractured ankle, man, and I'm just sitting there like, that's a fractured ankle? Because, I saw the bone out. The feet was turned like the other way. And, I really just hope. I really hope for the best for the guy. And really hope that, he recovers quick. I guess it's a good thing that he's not an overly athletic guy like that, because he's a good shooter. He doesn't really have to rely too much on athleticism. He's a smart guy. He gets to the hole. He just relies on his shooting ability, and I really hope for a speedy recovery with Gordon Hayward. And hoping that any player in the league doesn't get hurt like that. Of course, injuries are going to happen. Sprained ankle here, sprained thumb, shit like that, hamstrings and shit. But you hope not that players get injured like that to where they miss a whole season. And knock on wood for anybody, in the NBA, whether you're the freaking in the G League or you're a superstar, we're hoping that everybody stays healthy and all that. And so prayers up for Gordon Hayward, Aaron Rodgers, Even the players that's already out for the season, like J.J. Watt, Odell Beckham, people like that. But yeah, very eventful 7 days. So coming up in the Chris Rocket podcast, we're going to dig into these the opening night for the NBA, things that I saw, and we're going to go into what happened last night. You're listening to the Chris Rocket podcast.
You've accidentally killed a family of 4. We all know these things happen. You need to get out of jail to beat the shit out of your old lady for getting you into this mess in the first place. But you need money for bail. That's where we come in at Jay's Bail Bonds. We're your new friend. We're here in your time of need. But skip town on us and we'll hunt you down like the vermin you are. You may be in a lot of trouble with the law, but now you're in debt to an angry, unregulated lunatic who will be happy to take a shit on the Constitution to get their money back. Contact Jay's Bail Bonds today.
Hi, I'm Jock Cranley, former Vinewood stuntman, actor, and now highly qualified candidate for governor. I hate immigrants, the crippled. I can't stand unions, cops, old ladies. The thing is, at least you know I'm a dick. My opponent, Sue Murray, is a know-it-all shrew who actually thinks helping people is the best way to help people. Listen, I've base jumped off skyscrapers. I understand the intricacies of city planning. We've cared about people for far too long. I'm not extending a helping hand. I'm giving you all the finger. Vote for me, Jock Cranley, and help yourselves.
This message paid for by Jock Cranley for governor.
Welcome back to the Chris Rocket podcast. The NBA season is here. You had a couple teams go at it on opening night. Well, a couple games rather, 4 teams in all. You had the Cavs and the Celtics, and you had the Warriors and the Rockets. To me, Houston and Golden State was the best game. Obviously it came. Well, both games came down to the last shot, but I felt like in that Boston Cavaliers game, it was a little It was raggedy as hell. It was just like, going through the motions. And of course, on Boston's side, when you lose Gordon Hayward, it's gonna, they got an excuse for that, But like, that game was boring. I wasn't even really watching that game, to be quite honest. I really don't even like Cleveland like that. I think LeBron's a crybaby, but I digress. But, watching that game is, where's the offense going? Of course, with Cleveland, they got a lot more. They got guys who played with each other before, with the exception of Crowder. Dwayne Wade and LeBron, they played together before. I think Derrick Rose was on the Olympic team. He was on the Olympic team or 2, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was on that 2012 squad. But for Boston, it just looked raggedy, and I didn't like it. Cleveland ended up winning that game, and it just looked raggedy, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, Houston, Golden State. Golden State, I mean, they are what they are, man. I really like what I saw out of Jordan Bell. I don't know if JaVale McGee would like any of that because, he's taking his minutes. With the exception of Kevin Durant and Steph Curry getting in foul trouble, really not able to get going, and then Draymond Green. And I looked at the injury because at first, game speed, live speed, I didn't see much, but when they saw the replay, you saw a little twitch in that knee. Let's hope it ain't, nothing serious, because, with ACL injuries, it don't take much. And that was a good enough twitch for me to where, it was a little concerning. And as soon as he went out the game, that's when they imploded. And all hell broke loose. Houston was splashing like a motherfucker, and I liked it. Eric Gordon was hitting. Eric Gordon was actually going to the hole, and that right there is key because people don't know. Eric Gordon used to be a 20-point scorer when he was with the Clippers. He was supposed to be the next best thing when he got drafted by the Clippers out of Indiana. He was supposed to be the next best thing, but the fucking knee injuries, set him back, and ultimately, he had to re-up. He had to come back again with the Pelicans and really just find himself. And now with the Rockets, I think he found a home. Well, hopefully he found a home. But, he was really huge. Nick Young. I am so happy for Nick Young. Like, he finally get to be himself. Let him shoot that bit. And you saw what happened when they let him shoot it. The dude was on fire. Coming off the bench, I don't know, he had more than 20, I know that, but he had like 18 in the first half, man. I thought he was going to go for 30, to be quite honest with you, man. So really happy to see them two guys, Rick. PJ Tucker, he's gonna be the hidden gem on that Rockets team with his toughness, and because he was guarding Kevin Durant really good, and those are the good things. The bad thing was that dynamic with Harden and Chris Paul. I don't like it. Some people say, well, it's just the first game, man. They need to get acclimated with each other. Okay. They've played enough All-Star games to get acclimated. But Chris, that's the All-Star game. Okay. They played the Olympics together. But Chris, that's just the Olympics. These two guys are professionals. They basically play the same position. You can argue and say that, well, James Harden is naturally a shooting guard. Well, yeah. And by proxy, he got to slide off the ball. But that's his team. That team won 57 games with him at the point guard or the primary ball handler. Chris Paul is a natural point guard. That's his position. That's what point guards do. They ball handle the ball. They set the offense up. They set everybody else up. But with them both on the floor, it's almost like when Chris Paul came down, James Harden sat on the wing. When James Harden came down, Chris Paul was sitting on the wing or setting screens for everybody else. Or I did see a couple post plays to Chris Paul, which I kind of thought that, okay, this is what they're going to do. But they kind of went away from it, though. And then they just kind of went back to sitting, passing and sitting. But then you essentially have 3-1-1. You got one guy sitting on the wing waiting on the ball. And you got one guy dribbling and, looking at the other three guys. So essentially you got three threats. One got the ball, so there's 4 threats instead of the 4 or 5. I didn't like it. Of course, as a Mavericks fan, I don't give a shit. I hope they lose all their games. But I don't like the dynamic of that. I thought that at the time of the trade, I liked it because I figured whoever's off the ball, they can run around and, get open because they're both smart players, or at least smart enough to adjust. Chris Paul, of course, we're gonna give him time. We're gonna give him time to adjust, but I don't like it right now. The second night, it was, that's what a lot of teams were playing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games were played. I saw quite a few of them. NBA League Pass is for free for the first week, so my broke ass took advantage of that shit. I was flipping through the Pacers and the Nets, the Wizards and the Sixers. I was streaming that because you can't watch that on the NBA League Pass because it's on ESPN, so they ain't gonna show it. Of course, I watched the Hawks and the Mavericks. I watched a little bit of the Nuggets Jazz, and I watched a little bit of the Blazers, Suns, and a lot of Rockets Kings. Now the Blazers and the Suns, I was gonna watch a lot of that, but you know when you're getting blown out by 50, but I actually turned it off in the third quarter and switched over to the Rockets Kings. But you know that night, you know Jeremy Lin got hurt, man. You know ruptured patella tendon, and another one of those plays where you know guys do that. They do that play, or that play has happened thousands of times, and from what I'm hearing, when it happened, he was like, "I'm done, I'm done, I'm done," and he just started crying, and that sucks, man. You know, guys like him, man, work hard. Everybody knows his upbringing, Ivy League guy. You know, the Linsanity in New York, and then he comes back to New York because Brooklyn is in New York. And he was balling in preseason, man. That combo of him and D'Angelo Russell, man, it was looking nice. And then, you know, this happens. And then the Nets put up 131. Yo, watch out. Watch out for these motherfucking Brooklyn Nets. I know it was the Pacers. Yes, it was the Pacers, but these dudes can ball. You have a collective group of people who are just going to hoop, who are just going to be gritty. Well, I can't say gritty on defense because they gave up 140. But these are guys that's going to attack the rim. They're gonna grind it out all the way to the end. And you know, if you're a Brooklyn Nets fan, that's all you can ask for, man. But unfortunate injury to Jeremy Lin. On the Pacers side, you know, Oladipo, he shed 20 pounds, and it shows, man. I don't even know if y'all can hear that ESPN notification, but okay. But yeah, anyway, I thought it was gonna be a trade. By the way, do not insult me with no NBA with no trades, man. I should have did NBA fantasy basketball. That would have made for good content, by the way. But Oladipo shed 20 pounds, and it showed. He was quicker, and you can tell because people were calling him trash in Oklahoma City. You know, but you got to realize when he was in Orlando, that was his team, and he played well. That's why when he got traded to OKC, people were like, "Oh hell yeah, man, they finna ball." But when he went to OKC, he had to take a step back. Because that's him and Russell Westbrook are pretty much the same guy. Downhill, go to the hole, and go for the score. Against the Nets, that's exactly what happened. He's looking to score. That's his team. Well, technically, you know, Miles Turner's still there, but he was like, I'm the man. I'm finna go in, and I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? I'm the highest paid player on this team, you know. So he went in, you know, he was balling, and defensively it was showing too. Despite, you know, the Pacers giving up 131, but you know he was balling, man. The Heat and Magic, of course, Nisha has a little bit more information on that, but Whiteside had a 20-20 game. Heat lost that game. Nisha's obviously upset about that. Not overly upset, but she's upset about that. I didn't catch a lot of the Wizards and the Sixers. You know, Simmons had 18. I don't really know much about that because I was watching my Mavericks. Damn it, I was watching my Mavericks. Greek Freak put up 37 against the Celtics, and I think Kyrie had a double-double, 27 and 10. I think. Don't fact check me on that. Grizzlies beat the Pelicans, and wow. Man, if you're the Pelicans, you should be worried because nobody should. Come on, Grizzlies ain't even that good, man. The Hawks and the Mavericks. Now I'm gonna talk about that game last. Jazz beat the Nuggets by 10. Jazz is gonna be a real good team. Nuggets. Kenny Fareed only played 6 minutes. I find that very odd, man. And he you know, when he comes in, you know, he puts in work. He had a monster dunk in traffic, And then all of a sudden, and that was like the first quarter. That was the first quarter, and I don't even think he played the whole second half. And I'm watching the other games, and then, you know, because I got him on my DraftKings lineup, because I'm thinking, you know, this guy, you know, he's gonna always give me a good, you know, a good game, because his motor allows that. I look on DraftKings, he got like 3 fantasy points. Well, 3 point something, because he had a rebound and he had the dunk. And I'm going on Twitter like, damn, did he get hurt? He didn't get hurt. So that was kind of odd to me, man. Like, you know, did something go down? Is there like a trade? Like, because like in baseball, when a player has been traded, they will literally go to the clubhouse, pull him out, and send him home or wherever he's going. I wonder the fact that, because you say to yourself, okay, well, you know, somebody else came in. Hernan Gomez played. Let me go back. Let me go in, because at the time, Hernan Gomez, correction, Fareed had 5 minutes. Hernan Gomez at the time had 6 minutes played. He only went with an 8-man lineup. I mean, an 8-man rotation. Plumlee played a lot, but you know, Plumlee plays the 5 a lot, and you know, Jokic, well, I guess Plumlee plays the 4. Hernan Gomez plays the 4, but Hernan Gomez is a big motherfucker though, man. So here's the final tally. Okay, I was right. Hernan Gomez played 5 minutes. Fareed played 6 minutes. Plumlee played 15. Jokic 35. Millsap 33. And I guess you know, Wilson Chandler plays a little bit of the 4 too. But that's unfortunate though, man. Trade the guy. Way too valuable, man. I just found that odd. He only played 6 minutes, and he didn't play the whole second half. I don't like that situation. The Spurs and the Timberwolves, I picked the Wolves in this, man. I kind of thought that they had a little bit more firepower, man, you know, with Butler and Teague, and, you know, add that with Karl Anthony Towns. I didn't even watch this game, but Aldridge had a rare 10 rebound game. He went 25 and 10. I mean, good win for the Spurs, you know. But, you know, the Blazers and the Suns, the Suns, I don't know what's going on with them. The rookie Josh Jackson, he looked good, but he needs to learn how to he needs to learn how to move off ball, because he looks like he's lost out there. But when he has the ball, when you give him the ball, he knows what the fucks he's doing. I like him, but he need to get a little bit better off the ball. Set some screens or something. Don't stand around. Rockets and the Kings, man. I love the Kings. I fucking love the Kings. I love that kid, De'Aaron Fox, man. That nigga speed on 101. I like his game. Defensively, you know, he doesn't stand out like that, and I guess that's a good thing, because as a rookie, you don't want to be bad at defense. But offensively, this dude is playing. This dude, yo, George Hill, you might want to watch out for your job. But I don't think they're gonna trade George Hill, because I think for Sacramento, man, George Hill is great for a guy like De'Aaron Fox, because George Hill is exactly like how De'Aaron Fox was. When George Hill was with San Antonio, that's what he was. Quick, going to the hole, not giving a fuck. You know? And now my Mavericks. We lost against the Hawks by 6. We had the game. We just don't know. Our rebounding need Jesus. Our rebounding, we would take Shaq right now. But we lost the game, and I really like what we're seeing, but I don't like the way we scored. Yes, we started killing on the 3-pointers in the second half, but we need to do a better job of getting Harrison Barnes involved. You know, getting our getting the rhythm on our offense, man. Going to the cup, and then kicking it out, instead of just you know, being out dry with it, passing it around, and hoping somebody gets open. You got to create that yourself. Dennis Smith Jr. had a double-double in the first half. I didn't like what he was doing. He was basically just trying to do a little too much. Basically trying to show out for the crowd. Like, yeah, y'all made a good decision on, picking me, and this is why. Rick put him to the side. Devin Harris yelled at him a little bit. Wes Matthews yelled at him a little bit. Second half, the rookie came out, rookie ball. But I tell you what though, if this team is going to be, on the up and up with this squad right here, Harrison Barnes cannot have 5 shots in the first half. Harrison Barnes ended up with 14 points, 3 of 13 shooting. He went to the free throw line 9 times. 6 of those in the second half. Give him the ball and let him work. The thing I did like about the Mavericks, the points were spread. Everybody that came in the game scored. All but 3 of those guys had 10 or more points. We can score. We can score. We can shoot. We need to rebound. We cannot have Dirk as our leading rebounder. Well, Harrison Barnes had 8, but Dirk had 7. We need shot blocking. Wait, correction. Nerlens Noel had 11 boards. Okay, all right. But we need to do much better at, getting Harrison Barnes involved. Harrison Barnes sets up everything else. And I wouldn't say this for any other team. We need to learn how to play to Dennis Smith Jr.'s strength. Now, a lot of teams, they were like, nah, the rookie needs to adjust to the system. Dennis Smith Jr. he isn't a passing point guard. He is perfect for this team because West can shoot, Barnes can shoot, Dirk can shoot, Yogi, Barrera, Harris, they can shoot. Let Dennis Smith carve up the middle, kick it out. 7 of his assists were kickouts. And West was wide open on about 4 of them. West ended up hitting 5 threes. We need to learn how to adjust with him. I like our direction though, man. I'm definitely gonna really pay attention to a lot of these games. I think I only saw like 10 games last year. I'm really gonna watch a lot of these games. I'm gonna get NBA League Pass, this year, so I can really, because I like this rookie group first of all, and if you're a Hawks fan, and if you see John Collins, arrest him, because he tried to murder Dirk, and I had to go back because I told Nisha about this, and she was like, well, shit, he was killing in the summer league. And I was like, oh, well, let me go check this out. This dude tried to murder multiple people. This dude has some serious fucking hops, and this dude is like 6'11". I don't think it's quite like Dwight Howard. Well, Dwight Howard dunks weird. He dunks like a big man. This John Collins dunks like he's a fucking small forward. This dude is so disrespectful. He tried to cock it back on Dirk, and I was like, oh, damn. But I like this rookie, though, man. He was killing us, in the first half. Kid ended up with 14 points, 5 boards. Dude was putting in work, man. He's going to be all right, man. So, tonight's games, as I pull it up, because I'm on NBA.com right now. Tonight's game, you got the Bulls versus the Raptors, their first game. Knicks Thunder in their first game. Clippers and the Lakers. All 6 of these teams, they're playing their openers tonight. Who did I pick? I picked the Thunder, and then I picked the Lakers because I don't think even though I feel like the Clippers have a lot more scoring, I just think the Lakers got a little bit more chemistry because of course on that on that Lakers team, well, the Clippers team is too much turnover. You know, they got too many new guys. Lakers pretty much set. And then you got Brook Lopez, who you really don't have to adjust to a center like him. Just throw it down to him and just move around. He gonna find you. But very entertaining game. I'm gonna be watching these, man. The Thunder, you know Melo's gonna be freaking motivated to play the Knicks. So it's gonna be entertaining. And the Bulls and the Raptors, you gotta know like what kind of Bulls squad is gonna come out there. I'm interested to see Lauri Markkanen, to see how he fits in since Mirotic is out after being in a fight with Bobby Portis, who is suspended for 8 games. So now that opens up a little bit more. So he should see a lot of minutes. I'm really gonna be interested to see. Let's hope he don't get killed by either Ibaka or Jonas Valanciunas, however you pronounce it. But interesting games tonight. Once again, I picked the Thunder and I picked the Lakers. As far as my picks this week, I don't even know if I announced it like that. I'm 2-2 so far, man. I lost my game, the Minnesota Spurs game. I lost that game. And what other game did I lose? Why am I 2-2? Wait a minute. Let me go back. Let me go back. Celtics. Oh, the Rockets and the Warriors. Yeah, that late shot. Okay, that's my second loss. But hopefully I do this week. Let me clear these next 4 games and be a respectable 6-2. Because I don't like being around 500 though. Facts. Coming up in the Chris Rocky podcast, you know how we do to close out the show. NFL reactions and predictions. You'll listen to the Chris Rocky podcast.
At Lombank, we're with you every step of the way.
We sell your dreams.
We're not a soulless, monolithic institution.
We are, but we use nostalgic imagery.
It's walking into your dream home.
You can't really afford it. We'll lend you the money anyway.
It's kids graduating from college.
With pointless degrees riddled with debt.
It's happy picnics on the beach.
There's sewage in the water.
Family portraits with everyone dressed the same.
You look like twats.
Canoeing in the lake.
By the power station.
Catching fireflies in a jar.
And watching them die.
Cheering at high school football games.
The kids are giving each other brain damage.
These are the things our lives are made of.
Interest rates only 33.4%.
Lombank. We're the American bank that truly, more or less, cares.
About profits.
You love sports, but isn't it time to forget about friendly rivalries, tailgate parties, and marching bands? It's time America joined the rest of the world.
Who's the Laker in the black?
Embrace the global passion of soccer at the next Los Santos Benders home game. Let off flares, riot, and commit race crimes, just like the sophisticated Europeans do. Come feel the excitement of a Benders home game, while a normal post-game melee may result in a couple of burnt cars. A proper English riot can burn a town to shreds. It's time America finally joined in on the fun. The LS Benders. Season tickets only $50.
Who's the Laker in the black?
Welcome back to the Chris Rocky podcast. Week number 6 came and went. I went 8-6 last week, man. But I got first place though. Me and Kill shared first place, man. And this is my second first place finish. 13th of my career. I'm inching closer to Roy. I'm about 2 games back. I'm currently, as I'm looking at this, I'm currently still in 3rd place. Well, I'm in 3rd place now. I'm inching close. I'm trying to close that gap this week, man. You know, hopefully I don't lose ground. I don't expect anybody else to have a week like last week. We saw some 4-10 records. We saw some 5-9 records, man. Everybody's gonna get better this week. I don't expect Rodgers to have another 6-8 week, man. So I gotta get up on it, man. So tonight's game, we got the Chiefs and the Raiders. What did I say about the Chiefs? Until they show me otherwise, I'm going with the Chiefs. Israel 85 will be proud of me for that. All right, Sunday's game, we got the Bucks and the Bills. I think the Bucks is going to win, but I'm going to really take a look at the status of Jameis Winston. I think he hurt his shoulder the last game. Got to really take a real good look at that. That might be a late switch, but right now I got the Bucks. Baltimore and Minnesota. Baltimore is a bipolar ass team, man. I don't trust them. I trust in their defense for sure, but I don't trust them at all. I just don't trust them as a whole. Minnesota, you know, McKinnon really showed me a little something. If Stephon Diggs don't play, I might switch that. That might be another late game switch, but I got Minnesota right now. Jets and the Dolphins, these are 2 teams where it's like you don't know what the fuck you getting. I'ma just go off of what I perceive them coming into the season. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins because number 1, this is an AFC East matchup. Number 2, Miami, they're getting their groove back. Jai's running, and I just feel like, you know, they getting that shit together. Going with Miami. Arizona and the Rams, this is a very tough game. This is a divisional game, NFC West showdown. The Cardinals, I think they found a running game. AP ran the ball real good. So, and then the Rams, like, they've been doing good so far, man, but I need them to show me a little bit more something. This is the game where it's going to tell me where they are in this division. Because you got the Niners. The Niners are who they are. These 2 teams right here. This will let me know if they can compete with Seattle. So I got the Cardinals in this game, but I'm keeping a very close eye of how St. Louis plays in this game right here. This will let me know about this team and how I pick with them from here on out. Jacksonville and Indianapolis. I got Jacksonville. Indianapolis is growing on me though, man. Their defense is better than what I thought. Jacksonville, their defense is way better than I thought. And offensively, you know, you got Leonard Fournette covering up for Fake Bortles. That's his brand new name, Fake Bortles. I'm going to go with Jacksonville because they have a much better running game. And then the defense is pretty much neutralized for both of them. Jacksonville has the better offense. I'm going with Jacksonville. Saints and the Packers. I'm going to go with the Saints. Unfortunately for the Packers, Aaron Rodgers is lost for the year. So I'm going to go with the Saints. They're going to torch that defense. If the Saints lose this game, I might not pick them for the rest of the season. They should not lose this game. This is a game to keep them, you know, keep them close in the NFC South where it's really like anybody's game because the Falcons isn't what we thought they are. Carolina and Chicago. Carolina, obviously, but Chicago is going to spoil a lot of people because they ain't got shit to lose. You feel me? I think Carolina has figured out, you know, how to live life without Greg Olsen. Christian McCaffrey had 10 catches last game. Let me say that one more time. Christian McCaffrey, a running back, had 10 catches. For 150, not 10 catches for like 40 yards, not 10 catches for like 60 yards. This dude had 10 catches for 115. I'm going with Carolina. Tennessee at Cleveland. Cleveland has switched their minds on, I don't know what's going on over there, man. They changed their mind on Kaiser. I told her, let the kid grow. Let him play the rest of the season, man. You know what you got. Let him grow. The fact that you benching him and then bringing him back in, you know, that's not going. You know, he got to learn from his mistakes, man. And him learning on the job, they're going to lose, and they're going to lose against Tennessee. I got Tennessee, but besides all that, you look at what Tennessee has. They have a great running game. Cleveland surprisingly has a good running game as well. They just lose too damn much to the point to where people don't realize how good it is because they abandon it early because they're down early. So, I'm going with Tennessee, but watch out for Cleveland. If they're up late, they have the running game and the offensive line to wear out the defense and use that clock. But go over in Tennessee. Dallas at San Francisco. Zeke with that, you know, he get 2 more weeks of freedom. If I'm Dallas, you better win all these games because you don't know how much you're gonna need when he gets suspended. Because that's what I feel right now. The last 6 games, watch what I tell you. He's going to get suspended. And these type of games right here, you losing this game right here, the Arizona game is already fucking you up right now. Even though, if you really think about it, if they would have beat the Cardinals and then lost against the, you know what I'm saying, it'd kind of be the same thing. But you know what I'm saying, like, they need this game, and I got them to win. Denver at the Los Angeles Chargers. I almost called them the San Diego Chargers. This is the AFC West showdown. I got Denver, but I'm taking a real good look at the injury report on Demaryius Thomas and Trevor Siemian. They say he's okay, but I'm gonna keep an eye on this. This might be a late switch, but I got Denver, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. I don't trust Cincinnati. I don't trust their run game just yet. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. I think they playing angry right now. You know, they ready to kick some ass and let all the naysayers shut the fuck up. I think this is the game to do it. Seattle at the Giants. The Giants figured it out. They figured out how to do things without ODB and Brandon Marshall. And it's kind of funny how smooth an offense runs when you don't have a high maintenance wide receiver. Now, granted, the guy's good, but it just allows everybody to, you know, it allows Eli Manning to use the whole field as regards to staring down Odell Beckham and to keep him happy just so he can, you know what I'm saying? And utilizing Evan Ingram, which I think as a 6'3" tight end, he runs a 4.4. I think you should stand him up more and use Will Tye as your primary tight end. Of course, you still list Evan Ingram as a tight end, but you go more 2 tight end sets, use Evan Ingram in that slot, use him as a wide receiver. He's not a good blocker anyway. Use Will Tye as your tight end, as your blocking tight end, but still have Evan Ingram on the field just so you won't tip your hand. What am I saying? Them the Giants. I don't give a fuck about the Giants. I got Seattle. Atlanta at the Patriots. I am very scared about this game, man, because the Patriots can't stop anybody. But then again, I don't trust the fucking Falcons either. I'm gonna go with the Patriots because Matt Ryan and then Julio is banged up as well. But I think offensively, man, the Patriots have figured out something, man. But then again, their defense sucks. But I'm going with the Patriots. I'm going with the safe choice with the Patriots. But I'm gonna keep an eye on shit that goes on leading up to Sunday night. The Monday night game, we got Hell to the Redskins versus Fly Eagles Fly. As I will probably put it, Hell to the Deadskins and Die Eagles Die. Yeah, I said it. What? I got Philly in this game, but you know how it is with these division games. Anything can happen. Redskins might come out and put up 50 against them. You never know. But I don't see it. I got Philly in this game, and pretty much almost everybody agrees. I don't know. Washington needs to find a consistent running game for me. They got a good offensive line. They just need a good running game. If they didn't get a good running game, I would pick them a whole lot more. And of course, Philly to me has a top 2 offensive line. I feel like the best offensive line is ours. But yeah, Philly has a really good. I think if you're talking about top, like, if you can pick 4 offensive linemen and put them all together, who has the best set of 4 offensive linemen? I say the Eagles, because we have 3 good offensive linemen. We have Lyle Collins. To me, he's a great lineman, but for where I think he's better off at left guard. But then again, we will have a trash right tackle though. So I would rather have an okay right tackle and an okay left guard than trash and great. You know what I'm saying? Because then you pretty much you one-sided. But yeah, the Eagles. I got the Eagles in the Monday night game, and let's hope that I creep up closer to Roy. Pause just to be safe. 2 games back, man. Let's hope things get better. Let's hope things, you know. I'm 62% in my picks. I'm looking good so far. I'm satisfied, you know. Let's just hope I stay in this spot, man. But you know, thanks for joining me here. You know how it is, man. Very excited for the NBA season, man. You know, my Mavericks, my Cowboys, my Dallas Stars. I'm feeling really good about everything. But thanks for joining me on the Chris Rocky Podcast. I'll see you guys next week. We're going to talk more about the NBA. We're going to talk about World Series. Thanks for joining me.